Beta sheets are when they line up. Alpha helices are when they start turning on each other.
Okay. Beta sheets are linear.
Yeah, and you can think of they're flat, so they literally like stack up on each other. Or not stack up, but they line up next to each other. And then there's hydrogen bonding between the two, because on one instance you might have this nitrogen, hydrogen here. You know, blah, 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 blah. And then as you come in around, you're gonna have like a carbonyl here. So there's gonna be hydrogen bonding. So that's probably an important idea is what keeps these together is there's hydrogen bonding between these two. Your alpha helix is hard to draw, but as it's rotating up, the one above it, I think as we think is like rotating up, this guy might be coming down.
Isn't it forming a hydrogen bond with the one below it?
Yeah, like there might be hydrogen, it might have a carbonyl below an amine, and they will hydrogen bond.
Okay.
These, they're flat. This one is as they're turning, there's hydrogen bonds between the two.
So I guess where would I encounter a beta sheet? Like, is it just a form of a protein?
Yeah, it's a secondary structure in an enzyme.
Okay.
So you have your primary, right, which is just the sequence of amino acids. And then as they start to, as those phi and psi bonds take on specific angles, is what's going to make your secondary. And that's either your alpha helices or your beta sheets.
I get it. You remember the barrel picture? They're staggered, one's going down, one's going up. Those would be anti-parallel. Whereas if the arrows were all going one direction, then those would be parallel. And the parallel ones don't stick together very good.
So
Good.
you're saying so if they're all going up and down, they're anti-parallel, but if they're all one direction, they're parallel?
One direction,
Yeah.
parallel.
Your beta sheets can form these columns, but you can also have beta sheets that don't form the barrel. Some of them are just, you might have three like beta strands right next to each other.
Oh.
But it just made that barrel make sense, that's all.
Yeah.
So the beta barrel then is
It's like a bunch of anti-parallel beta sheets.
okay. And if it was parallel, it'd fall apart.
I don't know.
It might not be as strong.
Let's just say that.
Because you can have a beta strand, which is one, that's also secondary. So I should say your secondary is either beta strand / sheets / forming the barrel. So even if you have one, I mean that's terrible, but if you just have one, that's still a secondary structure.
Okay.
And then a sheet is just when you have two or more lined up next to each other.
So will you ever encounter sheets, or is that it's just the way that the protein is formed, and they're gonna, or the
Do you have like a picture of?
We have the barrel. It's in this second.
So like stuff like this,
Uh-huh.
like these you have a bunch of alpha helices. Here you have a bunch of beta sheets. Your
So
beta sheets are in.
So if they're flat, they're beta sheets.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
They're easily recognized. They have like the crayon that has the twisting string around it. That's your alpha helices.
Oh, okay, and then if it's like celery stick, it's a beta sheet. Oh, okay. Okay.
He might have one. This is what Brother Lemon did on our test. He had pictures of these things, and then he had pictures of Ramachandran plots. He said match these up. So if you look at it, you think, oh, I have a bunch of alpha helices. So you got to match it up with the Ramachandran plot that had the bunch of the alpha helix region, or if you have a
right corner,
or left.
mid left.
And then if you had a bunch of beta sheets, it'd be up here. If you had a mixture, it'd be yeah. I don't know.
I don't think it'll be that easy, but
Yeah. Well, his was hard because there wasn't just like, oh, they had like 6 of them. And it's like, well, how do these dots And then motif is just a pattern of secondary. So you might have like an alpha, beta, alpha, or you might have like an alpha loop, beta loop, alpha. And so they're just patterns of secondary.